Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss an update from First Post.
Warm. It's really warm and moisty, but it's beautiful. People are beautiful. It was a warm welcome, so literally warm on all levels. So really happy to be back. Get a lot of love out here. It's just people that are actually very sort of dedicated to the music, to the artist, and it's just something that goes on social media the whole year. People are asking, when are you coming to India? So here I am, and it's actually supposed to be my holiday right now. I don't know, I think, yeah, if you want to listen to radio-friendly material, you can listen to Maroon 5 or any other band out there, or yeah, I don't know, for me it's important to stay true to who I am. And sometimes, you know, I just made an album, so I think there's some music on there that's a little bit slower. You know, it's a slight sort of diversion from what I normally do. But other than that, I think it's very important to keep your own style and to stay true to yourself and mostly stay true to your fans. When I grew up, I didn't have many friends, so and I lived somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And so I kind of just made my own friends. I made them up, I guess. And Hex already he was sort of a part of me growing up. He's always lived inside of my head. And when I started a radio show, I was like, oh, it could be nice to have Hex co-host it with me. You know, so he gets a little bit of the spotlight, because he's helped me in so many ways in all of these years when I was lonely. For me personally, I think music is more than just technology. It has to sound nice, you know, that's sort of the futuristic element to my music. But at the same time, it has to tell a story, like a personal story. For me at least, that's something I can give to the world, and something I feel like I'm obligated to give to fans. Because, you know, if you don't have emotion, if you don't have humor, if you don't have that sort of personality in your music, then it could be anyone's music. I don't know, everybody was kind of lost for words, and it was very hard to express emotions. You know, and even on the nights that everybody found out, it was just like, you know, it was very hard to not cry on stage. And it was just very, very, very sad. I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, so many thoughts. And on one hand, like, how lonely must he have been? On the other hand, you're like, Jesus, this is such a loss of music. And then there's like, you know, just kind of realizing how much he's done for us, for the electronic scene, for music. There was a girl in Sweden, a friend of mine sent this vocal, and she'd written this just sort of like vocal a cappella about Tim's life, about people that, you know, are in similar situations. And the song just really resonated with me. So I called her up and I said, like, we should release this song, donate all of the money to this charity in Sweden that helps young people with anxiety and depression, and sort of just send out a signal to the world that it is okay to say no. And yeah, that's kind of how Wake Me When It's Quiet came about. And at the same time, I felt like it was a beautiful way to honor Tim and his, you know, his spirit, his legacy. Everybody just deals with things in their own way, and there's no good and there's no bad. I think if you feel like you need to express, and that will help you, you know, get better or face certain problems better, then by all means you have to go out and do that and speak out. I think the taboo is starting to lift around it. I think you hear more and more about artists that are struggling. I think music says more than just talking about it. I think that's what you do as a musician. I guess Cutting Shapes, sort of one of the definitive future house tracks. A very important song to me is The Artist Inside, because it's probably the most personal thing I've ever done. It's a song I wrote for my father when he passed. When you look at a track like Anytime, that was a track that sort of was at the beginning of the new era of future house. It was part of a trilogy Anytime, Back in Time, Nighttime. And that record sort of, you know, really changed my career and the course of my life. I was playing in India, and after the show, they just came to me. They were like, "Oh, Salman likes your music, and yeah, would you like to hang out with him?" The one thing that was really cool about his house was the crocodile yard. You know, to just go into his pond and just see crocodiles. We sit at the table, we talk about life, about music, and you know, it turns out he's an absolute gentleman. And you know, it's very, very, very nice to dive into another culture and to find someone that's so welcoming and you know, put a roof over our head. He gave us delicious food and great stories, and yeah, it's very, very, very cool experience. And yeah, if you're watching, Salman, thank you again, and I will see you soon. Keep an eye out, India. Love you guys, and namaste.